Good morning, it's Brenda. How's everybody doing today? It's Wednesday morning, so I would like to carry on with what we were doing on Monday with our waterfall journal pages. So let's just move those aside. These, I put them together, so if you've got everything, if you were able to do your pages, gather them up and gather some. I have just a 12 by 12 sheet of one-sided paper. I thought today we would carry on. I mentioned that I'd probably be making a cover for it. So I cut, this is some thin board that I cut. It's the backing of your paper packs, usually Michael's paper packs. Any paper packs really have the back, and it's usually a cardboard. And this is nice. It's not too thick. It's easy to work with. And I cut them down to 4 by 8.5, 2 of those. And then for a spine, I cut it to 1.5 by 8.5, and that'll go in the center. For the inside paper, it's just a black piece of 8.5 by 11, your standard paper size. So if you've got your, even if you don't, like if you just get your flaps together and you want to follow along, you want to watch first, or you're crafting with me, gather up what you've been able to make and pause the video, cut your little pieces of board and get a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And I was also thinking that if you didn't want to make a journal, like the cover for it, then use an old book. Use a book that's already made. And if it's shorter, you know, than the standard, that's okay too, because you can just do, like if you wanted to do a 5 by, or a 6 by 4, or a 7 by 4, make these accordingly. You just have this panel, cut it to the 7, put your flaps on it, and then just have it at that height. Like I keep using this one as an example, but you can have a book and then just have it where it comes down to here. You know what I mean? And then it's just like that. It's whatever height you want. So I'm gonna just set that aside. And this is just, it's thinner paper. It'll fold easy. And I'm just gonna check this because I may, yeah, see, so I did it right to the end. I probably could do it. I should have probably done it at the 9 is what I should have done. But if you just bear with me for a sec, I'm going to grab another board and then we'll cut it together. If I find a thin enough one. I have a bag full of these cardboards. We'll just do it together. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it at 9 height. I'm not sure if you can see that. So just put it at the 9, cut, and then you have this. So that'll be the height. And then I'll turn it, and then you do your 4, cut it at your 4. I think that'll turn out a lot better than the 8.5. It'll just gives it a little more wiggle room. I never even thought when I cut it to have that allowance. And then again, your spine will be 1.5 inches or 1 inch, depending. You know, I could probably do it at 1 inch, simply because I'm going to be doing a pocket on the one side. Okay, so let's get this attached. I was just making sure I had it up. I guess at this point it doesn't really matter because there's nothing happening. So I'm going to use my scoreboard, well, my cutter actually, to score. I just want to score in 1 inch, and that's just to help me know where my, like, to have a, basically to have a straight line. And I don't have my scoring tool at the moment, so, and this paper's thin, so I have to be very gentle. Very gentle. And then I'll just do at the top. It's going to get cut down because, well, maybe not now, but I think I'm going to be cutting some of the one side off, simply because I don't think I'm going to need it to be completely at the 12. All right. So I have that, and this is my top. When I just lay the boards on, sometimes it's cockeyed, even if I have a ruler there. So then it'll just go like that, and it gets put there. And then this will go here, and then the third one. Oh, it'll work out just perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm gonna get gluing. Sorry, how's everybody today? I didn't even ask you that at the beginning. It's another gloomy day here in Alberta. It's not raining yet, but there's no sun, clouds everywhere. We managed yesterday, it was raining all day long, but we did manage to actually get out and for a quick little walk. It was pretty windy, chilly, but it was nice to get out and get some fresh air. So I just added glue, and I am going to set it at the score line just so I have it down. And then we'll do the spine piece. And there's not going to be too much wear and tear on the spine because it's, you know, you're not sewing into it like you do regular signatures. So I'm just going to turn that a bit. You want about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, whatever you're comfortable with there. And just check at the top to make sure that it's sitting. I'm not too worried about the bottom. I figure if the top is straight, just move that out just a little bit more, just like that. It comes together pretty quick. You know, there's no stressing about it. I mean, if it's a little bit off, that's really okay too. You know, by the time you get it all together, and it's not even going to be noticeable. Okay, and then we'll get that up there. What's nice about the tacky glue is it gives you time to move your stuff around. So it's just going to be like that. I'll just reinforce the edges. And because the paper is thin, I don't think I need to score it along there. It folds pretty easy. I'm just going to take a little bit of the bottom off there because there's a lot of paper there. Just grab my scissors here. Just quickly cut. There we go. Don't throw that piece away. You can use it for whatever. Now, sometimes I will do this and it gives it a nice clean edge. And I think I'm going to do that with this instead of cutting it off. So I'm hoping it'll work. We'll see. I don't do my own covers very often, so I'm hoping that this will work out. So I'm going to glue down these corners just like so. Just glue it down. I like to fold them first, and then I have a mark of where they fold. Just, oops, see, I just ripped it. So that'll be okay. I can fix that in the end. I'll put something there, and okay, so I'm gonna put the glue close to the board, and I'm going to just go across. And this might be haphazard to you, but it's what works for me. So I'm gonna do the whole entire thing. Obviously, you can see that, but there we go. And then just give it a little line, fold her over, grab my bone folder and give it a little press. Just helps the glue to adhere. And I'm just going to go around to the whole thing, and see, it gives the corners a nice little fold in there. You don't have any of the board showing, so that's really nice. Okay. We had Braden was here yesterday, and he drew for the names for the giveaway. So I'm just waiting to hear from the two girls that who won. So I'm hoping that they'll get in touch with me soon. And I think I'll give them until Friday. That's, 3 days or whatever to get in touch with me. And then if I don't hear from them, then I'll be drawing 2 other names. Okay, so where it's over the openings here, you just want to lightly press. You don't want it too hard, especially if you're using thin paper, because it will break through. And I'm not going to close them yet. So this is the 8.5 by 11. Just like so, and because I made it longer, you're going to have a nice little border at the top and the bottom, but I am going to just give it a little trim. This is the great marking method. Just pop a line there with my pencil, and then I'm gonna just cut it off. Bring this in for a second. I'm thinking I might need a new blade on my cutter, but it should be okay for today's video. There we go. Just cut it off like that. And I'll bring this back in, and it's going to sit on there just like that. Okay, and get that glued. And you want to make sure that you have enough glue on the paper, and then you will, well, I'll show you that when we get there. I was just gonna, anyway, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Instead of sticking to one thing, I'll just put lots of glue. Make sure you get those corners. Corners are always wanting to come up. So if you have a favorite glue, use that glue. I did try to use the double-sided tape, but I found it came apart after time. So if I do use that, I always add wet glue as well. And that way it will stay down properly, and it'll, stay longer. Might have been loud in your ears. Okay, so I almost forgot. But you want to add extra glue to your spine and on the outer edges, just like so. It's just a little extra. And then I will take my cardstock, just straight as you can. And then you want to go from the inside out, get all that glue squeezed out. At this point, you don't want to fold it yet. You want to make sure there's no air pockets. You know, you find your crease. And I have where it does bubble up sometimes. That just means you're folding it too soon. So I'll just do this and get all the bubbles out that I can. It's 65-pound cardstock, the black. So you definitely don't want to use 110-pound because it's too thick, especially when it comes to bending. All right, so find my creases. I'm just going to gently push in. I don't want to use my point at this time, but just work it in. And I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want your paper buckling, you know, and it does happen. I mean, it happens to me. It happens to me quite often. But, you know, I try my best and I do what I can. There we go. See, there's just a little bit of a bubble there, so just rub that out and then gently bring it up together and give it a fold just like that. And there we have our cover, just like that. Okay. All right, so for our strip of panels and our waterfall pages, see, it'll fit right in there. It'll be nestled right in there, and it fits, and you have space to your spine. It's not being interfered with. So if you were going to do your two of them, then they would fit side by side like this. And you could attach, when you attach your colored piece of paper here, you could actually make a pen holder, pencil holder, and a gel pen, you know, stuff for writing on your backs. You could include that if you're sending it out to a family member or a friend, you know, you could do that. But for this one, I just have some Tim Holtz paper here. We're going to put it together, so I'm hoping that's okay with you. I wanted you to see exactly everything that I do, you know, instead of me just showing you and then coming back and having a done product. I wanted you to be able to see everything. So I cut this. The spine is 1.5 inches. I cut this just shy of 1.5. And I'm just going to cut it down to the height. Got stuff in the way. I marked again my little area of where I can film. So it's a small area because my phone is above my head, but in front of me. So there we go. So I'm just going to attach it like that. You could do book page, music page, whatever look you're going for. But this paper was just sitting there, so I thought I'm going to use it. We all like to use our scraps, and we certainly have enough of them, don't we? Braden's not here today. His mama had a day off, which is nice for them. They can hang out together. They're going to go and get their nails done today at the mall. Braden, of course, doesn't want to, but he'll enjoy it once he's there. You can do the words, but I thought the letters would be different for a change. I'll just glue it on there. So what's everyone doing today? Do you have plans for the day? I think once I'm done here, it's my domestic duties call. You know, all that stuff, laundry, cleaning, washing the floors, all that fun stuff. All the fun stuff. But that's all right. Whoops. So I'm just trying to decide whether I want to do a corner pocket or I want to do a larger flip-up pocket. Let's just cut it down for a minute here. So I know that it's 4, so I want it just shy of the 4. Yeah. So it'll look like that. So maybe I'm going to not do a perfectly straight line. Maybe I'll just freehand. Cut it freehand. Let's see. Just for fun, shall we? Let's do it. So I'm just gonna. Who says we all have to have straight lines, right? And then just cut it like that. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then you can add your tags in here, a letter, a card if you're sending it for an occasion, you know, just something. So I think I might send this one as a gift. That'll be fun. And I'll add just a little letter in the pocket, and yeah, so you're just gonna glue 2 sides. Well, maybe I'll put the glue up just a little bit on the 3rd side. I don't want it all the way up. I want it to be able to have extra room for other things, you know. And the higher you glue, the more you glue, the less will fit, is what I figure. So there we go. Just add it to the side. I want to thank everybody for coming back, and my hair's following me. I would like to thank all my new subscribers. It's so wonderful to have you here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm so happy that you have chosen to spend some of your time with me. All right, so that's what we have so far. And then our pocket, I just glued it maybe halfway. It just gives it a little extra room in there. All right, so for our panels, I think I'm going to add this one here. And what I'm going to do with the second one is I'm going to see about using an already made book cover. I'll see if I can find one that's the height that I need and try one that way. But we'll see. It might not work out just because I've attached everything together already. So you want a fair amount of glue on this, only because it's going to be used. You know, flaps are going to be up and down all the time, and I'm just going to turn it sideways for a second here so I can gauge where I'm putting it. And I want to make sure that there's enough room and that it's straight. But you can see how quick and how easy these were to put together, you know. And I'll just take my bone folder and I'm just going to, of course, glue is going to come out, but that just means it's going right to where it needs to be. And then you just want to burnish in between each fold, just like that. Oops, come on. There we go. There. And then you know that they are all completely down, right? And there you go. And then you can, there's a lot of room in here, so you can put many pictures. You can add extra stuff here. Oh, you can do a collage here and add little pictures. You can make a collage of words there if you want to. Like I have this, ordinary people can do extraordinary things. So you can cut these words up and then you can add them to the center. I think I'm going to do that. Just talking about it, I'm just going to do it. I like to add a little bit of glue to the backs of these, just so I know that they will, if the glue decides to work, of course. That's always the trick. So just like that. You don't have to do them straight. You can do them all cockeyed. You can do them down in a row. You know, there's all things like these words, cut them apart. They don't have to be used the way they are. You know, you use them in the way you want to use them. There are no rules in crafting. Ooh, don't get stuck there. There we go. Two more. Just like that. And then the last one gets stuck to my desk. Nope. There we go. Just like that. You can add a little picture down here. You can, like I said, you can make a little pocket and put your pen in there. That actually might be a good idea. Look at that. We have this little piece right here. Let me do that, and then I'll see if I have a pen that I can fit in here. Let me just, I'm going to do just a quick cut. We'll see how that works. There we go. Just ink it up. You don't have to. I like to ink, so I'm going to attach it right there on 3 sides. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give it a little curve. That just helps the paper. It'll help the pen to go in anyway. See how it gives it that little curve there? I'm not sure if you can see that, but it'll help the pen or the marker, whatever you're going to use, to go in. It could be too short, this. It could have been longer, I suppose, but I just liked the curve of the paper where it had been cut. And then I'm just gonna put the glue out. I'm not gonna put it in because it just takes away from your space. So let's see if I have a little pen here or something. I'll have a pencil. It's not dry yet, so yeah, it would go like that. Once it's dry, it would have to dry first, but I'm gonna leave it there. I think I might have a thin enough marker or whatever to go inside there. Oop. So there we go. Lovely. Love it. All right, should we do a topper for it or something? I didn't do a topper. So let's see what we have here. Of course I have my Tim Holtz peeps. Oh, look at that. It just looks fabulous there. Let's just put a few things together, shall we? We might as well do it completely. Finish it, and then it'll be ready to go to its new home. Oh, what else do I have here? I made these fancy little buttons, paper buttons. Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. This little piece of paper just sitting here on the desk. I better stick the pin in my glue, otherwise I'm going to end up losing it, which is usually what happens. Oop. Just take off the edges, just like so. Move that aside for a second and do a quick little ink. There we are. Sorry if I was off screen. I have a tendency to bring it closer to me when I'm inking. Do that. A little bit on the doily. It's pretty stark white. I did coffee dye some paper finally, so I have all that to work with. But for now, so let's just do a little collaging, can we? I think that'll be fun. And I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, I hope you give it a thumbs up, and please, believe me, leave a comment. I read and answer every single one of them. It's just been so fun for me to come on, and I think I've been doing videos for a month now, and I've just been enjoying myself. Like this whole waterfall journey was requested by Angela, and it's just been great fun. I love it when you suggest something that you like to see something, and yeah, I'm pretty happy to do stuff, and even if I don't know how, I'll find out, and then we'll just do it together, which is so much fun to be able to do that. Okay. Well, let's add the ticket first, I think. Give it a little... glue. Sorry. Lose my glue. Right in front of me. I lose it. Okay, so if that's going to go there... maybe I'll stick it up here. Just like so. And then I'll pop this photo onto this. It's a Tim Holtz picture. have a lovely little family there. So we'll just add that right there. We could just, already it's lovely. I'll just add a couple of these buttons. These are just 1-inch circle punch that this one I embossed, like I embossed a bunch of paper and then I cut them out with my circle punch and put 2 holes in it like a button. You see that there? Just 2 holes. And we can just add them right there, but anything you add to covers, any kind of collage, it just adds so much to it, you know, like something very simple, very quick, and it's so cute. So cute. Like, how can you can't go wrong. If you haven't collaged before, just get some little scrap pieces of paper and start gluing them down on a base. It could be on your cardstock. It could be anything. Like an 8.5 by 11 paper, I have collaged on them as well to just cut up and use. And I was also thinking, like for the cover, we did use the backs of a paper pad, but you can also use cereal boxes. You can use cracker boxes, like any of those kinds of things you can use to make covers of journals. It doesn't have to be corrugated board. It doesn't have to be any kind of board like that. And so here we have our pocket. Just grab some things out of my other little pocket here just to show you. This is a little too thick, but you get the idea how the simplest things can be used to make beauty. And I just love doing stuff like this. It can be as simple as you want. It can be as elaborate as you want. Oh. Okay, so for the bottom, how you see that it's black. Well, I have some, my chair is creaking, sorry about that. It has a tendency to do that. I have washi tape. That one's more Christmassy, but I have this. So how about we just pop it at the bottom like so. Just cut it off as straight as I can, just like that, and put it, and then see how it adds that little extra. You can, if you want to make an extra panel and put it there, you do that. I think I did that on this one. I didn't even finish the cover on that one. But yes, I added some washi tape and then I did make extra panels. So I made 22 panels on this one. So you can do that if you want, or you can have your 10. You can put a little tuck spot pocket here. Look at this. I still have some of this paper, so I just might use it. I'm just going to cut it off at that little point there. It doesn't look like it's going to be a very straight pocket. So, but, you know, it's kind of small, but you get the idea. So I'm just give me one sec. I'm just going to quickly cut this down to just under 4. It's just to accommodate the size of that, right? And let's just do the same thing. Gonna have it this way. See, I have to orientate myself. go, just like that. And it's okay if it goes above there. If you don't like that, you know, just cut the edge off. But it does, there's nothing that says your corner pockets have to be straight from corner to corner or squared off, you know. You don't have to do that. You can make them any shape. You can use die cuts and make a decorative edge. Make it pretty. I'm just doing this. It's what I have. And see, so I didn't add glue to my washi tape. I wonder if I can take it off. Nope, it's stuck. Tim Holtz washi tape. So I think it's a little better than some for stickiness, I mean. But from my understanding, washi tape is not made to last forever, I guess would be the word. I just put the glue up, up the little curve, and that's just to hold things. So I'm just going to pop it there. Again, just fan the glue out, not in, because that will take space away from your pocket. And then you could make a little tag to go inside. I'm just going to use this one because it's what I have here. It'll be a chunky little one, but it's to show you. Do that and it's like, oh, not really looks crooked. But see, you can just tuck it inside there and beautiful, just beautiful. And how fun is this? So these are all our panels that we got together, and they're so cute. They're whatever you want them to be, like we said in our other video. They can be for a birthday theme, a wedding, anniversary, just because, you know, like sometimes people will send cards in the mail and just a note. And this could be one of those, and it could be pictures of anything, and you can send that off. And look at how lovely it is. Very simple, gorgeous, and so much you can do with them. And what an extraordinary gift to send someone or to give someone in Happy Mail. You can't go wrong. So I wanted to recap the size of it, just so the panels are, see that, 4.5. I did have it written down, and you know, I can't even find it. That's terrible. I should have had everything here, of course, but I'm a little scatterbrained today. Three and a half by 4. 3.5 by 4, those are the flips. And you're going to score at half on the 4-inch mark. Okay. 3.5 by 4 are the flips. 3.25 by 3.25 are your panels. Okay, and these are your panels, and your flips are these. All right. Cover pieces, I did 9 by 4. And then the spine piece is 1.5 inches. All right, and then you can just cover it. I used thinner paper for the cover, and it just it doesn't crack that way. It helps it to score better and to fold over better, and there's not a lot of bulk that you can see, right? I'll just leave that there for a second. You can write it down. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly had a lot of fun. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. If you'd like to see what I do with the other one, let me know as well. I think I'm going to look around for a book cover that's already made and use that and work with that. And what else? I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. I hope I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. But your flips, the panels, the cover pieces, and the spine. So, and like I said, you can use the cereal boxes. You can use all kinds of stuff. You just don't want it to be like paper or envelope, because they're not strong enough, and you want something that's going to be sturdy enough to hold your panels. And you can do 2 sides of panels or 1 side. It's your choice. You are the creator. You do you, and you make beauty each and every time you create. You are all extraordinary people, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you for being here today. I think we'll leave it there for now, and yeah, so take care, and we'll see you again. Bye for now.